It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Falcons and the Jags, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, this the first of our International Series this year, the Falcons and Jaguars. The Jags, of course, no stranger to these London games. They're a fixture in these parts due to the presence of their owner, Sean Conn.
And in the fact that they're going to be the first team ever to go back-to-back here in England. They play the Bills next week, so a very interesting time for this franchise. Not only are they Duval's team, but they're also the UK's team as well.
All set for the first of 5 international games this season. The Falcons and Jags underway from London. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense. And at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Throwing first play is Ridder. And this one is incomplete. Drake London, his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this Jaguar defense, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Ridder will set up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft. In his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes.
There he goes, right side. He's on his way. Touchdown, Falcons. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 11 carries, 71 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Lawrence. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 4th and inches in plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels like it has to take care of the football, has to keep the ball, because scoring is up. You better maximize every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Draw play, Etienne. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Short throw caught by Pitts. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Now Lawrence. Lawrence on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the shotgun, Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now Ritter to throw on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to throw, Ritter. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Counter play with Jacobs. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He's got it to the 43 here.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Ritter to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Ritter. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. 25 yards that time. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Ritter from the gun. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Sticking with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. And this one complete to Smith. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, it's Ritter. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Lawrence going to move him around a bit. They'll run with Etienne. Able to slither by. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. The kick by McManus is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both teams making their final adjustments. We're closing in on the second half. And for the call, let's get you back over to London, where we rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Man in motion is Agnew. Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Ritter now. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Yellow, line, check pink, blue, check white.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Oh, a heck of a move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Jaguars back with it on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is thrown into the hands of Pitts here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 62 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. Going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
Hey, Lion, Lion!
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Etienne is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 3-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll try to run with Etienne. And boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. But this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through, but still backed up near the goal line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ready?
Jacobs going to try the middle. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now out come the Jags. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Here's Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. This is caught, and he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now first and goal. And they'll run with ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. It's Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Lawrence. Red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line at a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Ready, break. Let's go now. Cut.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Opposite. Green, switch, yellow. Ready, ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 5. A little over a minute and a half remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing now, Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Lawrence. That's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Down to a knee goes Ritter, and that should be enough to finish this one off. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Falcons, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S.